Hey everybody, Grandma D here. Today we are gonna just go for a walk. I wanted to come down into a place near me called Aspen Park. Usually the trails are paved, and most of the time they're clear in the summertime and spring and fall, but they don't plow this in the wintertime, and people can come through here on skis and snowshoes. Couldn't think of it. And so this is normally not clear in the wintertime, but we've had a few nice days. I thought I'd try and walk in here. I can't run in here. I'm afraid I'll fall and hurt myself. So, but I'll show you what it looks like. It's just beautiful in here. And in the summertime, because this is shaded, it is really nice. It's usually like 10 degrees cooler in here than it is when we're walking out in the hot sun. This is a wonderful place to run in the summertime. There's another trail down there. It's kind of like a figure eight, and it goes around. It goes around in the figure eight, and then it crosses over in a couple places. You can ride your bike in here. People rollerblade. You can bring your dog. It's beautiful. Families walk in here, and it's really nice. And then on the one end of the park, there's an elk viewing area, because we're in northern Michigan, and up here where we live, there's a lot of elk, and it's a private elk viewing area. I don't know if the city participates in taking care of it or not, but today my walking thing on my app, on my Samsung app, the walking section, I have it set at 4 miles, but because I'm not walking from home, I probably won't go 4 miles. I'll probably go 3 miles today, because I have to get home and take care of my dogs. So, and I have a little ways to get home when we're done walking. I hope that, I'm out of shape. Let's face it, space facts. I hope that you are getting out and getting a little exercise. And, like I said in my previous video, if you start small, just get out of the house, go a few blocks. You got to start somewhere. And if you don't do something, nothing will change. And, I fluctuate. I lost a lot of weight, and then I gained back at least 15 pounds this winter, and I have to take it back off again. And we'll get it done one way or another. So we're just getting started here on this walk in this beautiful park. It's so beautiful here, and it's quiet. And in the summertime, all these trees are all shaded. It's beautiful, just gorgeous. And I just also wanted to talk to you about when you're exercising and you're counting your steps and how far you're walking, things like that, and you're counting your calories burned. An important thing to remember is, if you're counting calories for the day, like if you're on a 1,200 calorie diet, which I have done and had great success with, and you're writing down all your calories, tracking everything, your carbs, and all of that. When you run and, just 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Okay. When you run and say you burn 300 calories, say, as an example, and you can deduct that from your calories eaten for the day, If you're tracking up to 1,200 and you take 300 off, you're at 900. So then you can eat 300 more calories at the end of the day and still be at your 1,200. So, I mean, the beauty of that is when I run, I burn a lot more calories. Like a 3 to 4 mile walk today would be about 300 calories. I burn about 100, 120 calories a mile when I walk. When I run, I burn like 160, 170 a mile. Adds up fast. So you want to think about that when you exercise. If you know, those extra calories that you burn, that's extra that you can eat during the day, like for dinner, or if you want like extra piece of chicken, an extra piece of fish, or a half of a baked potato, or another slice of garlic bread. We all know I'm all about a good piece of garlic bread, right? So you can do those things and it makes it easier. And plus you have all the strength you're gaining when you exercise like that. Like I've done weightlifting before. I've done strength, not really weightlifting like with heavy weights, like strength training. And I do yoga, which I love. And all those things count. You know, you could walk for a mile and then do a 30-minute yoga exercise, and you would be up over probably 250 calories, almost 300 calories burned with a 30-minute yoga flow. And then if you walked a mile and a half, but you can't walk like, you know, you got to step it up. You got to walk a little bit. You got to keep moving. You got to get your heart rate up. People say, oh, well, I got my steps in today. You know, I'm good. I got my steps in. Sorry. Don't work that way. You can get your steps in. I mean, the movement is good. Okay. Movement has its place. But to go anywhere, calorie-wise, weight-wise, to do anything, you have to get your heart rate up. Like when I start breathing heavy and I go, whew, yeah, it's because my heart rate's climbing. That's when you start really burning more calories and potentially have weight loss. And so I have to bike a long way now, like 15 plus miles to make a difference because my body's getting used to it. And when I run, I have to go at least 3 miles or more because you build up a resistance as well. And that's really important. So I'm going to continue to walk. And when I reach my first mile, we'll be back. Well, we just crossed the 1 mile mark. And I think I'm walking a little slower in here because this is kind of snow covered, and where it's clear, I'm a little concerned about black ice. So, but we're coming up to the elk viewing area up here. I don't think there's any elk right now. I don't see them in the winter really. But anyway, I wanted to say that it said 84 calories at 1 mile. And I'm pretty sure that's because I'm walking slower. Because I know I've seen 100 calories-ish, you know, on there before. And so I'm just going to keep going. I mean, I might get less than 300 calories this time around, which is fine because someone had a birthday at work today, you know, and of course Grandma D had to have a piece of cake, so what are you going to do? But I'm I am really looking forward to showing you the elk this summer. They're so awesome, especially the males, the bulls. They have horns antlers that you just wouldn't believe. And they're just amazing. So here's the corner. This is usually shaded like it is right now in the evenings. And in the summertime, they're all lined up along this fence line and over here, all the way over there, laying in the shade. Here, my app, it pauses when I stop walking. It's going to start up again here in a second. And there we go. So, but anyway, I got some different clothes on today because I'm walking. This is my Free Country winter jacket. It's lined. It's like a fur lined. It's a thinner jacket that's water resistant. And I really love it. It's got a hood and a two-way zipper on it. I got it as a used jacket from a company called Thread Up. I was getting clothes from them a while ago, and way before the pandemic. Of course, that's our measuring stick, the pandemic. And this is a really nice coat. I wear it all year round. It's got a huge pocket on the inside, zipper pockets on the front, and it's got a nice hood with these elasticized drawstrings on it, which makes it really nice because then you don't have a string you have to tie that's choking your neck. And it was a pretty expensive coat, new. They're like between $180 and $225 new, and I got it on Thread Up for like $25. Now, I didn't have it long, and I had to put a new zipper in it because whoever had it before me, I'm guessing that was a bigger gal. I'm assuming a woman was wearing it because it's a woman's coat. And at the bottom, the zipper was pulling away, and it didn't want to clip together anymore. So I put a new zipper in it, and it's fine. And I've had this coat, like I said, probably since 2018 or earlier. Might be 17, I don't remember exactly. Had it a long time. Washes up beautifully and still looks like brand new. I highly recommend them. If you have one, I would like to know what you think about it. Called Free Country. And they don't make this style of jacket anymore. I put the numbers in to see if I could get a new one. They don't make them anymore. So they've changed the style up, but the ones that are online are very similar. And I really love it. So, and also I have on a different, somebody's coming up behind me. I have on a different shirt that I normally wouldn't wear if I was running because it's lined and it's pretty warm. I usually wear the purple one that I showed you before. And I have on my Spyder, my black Spyder pants. I hope you can see those. It's kind of hard to see with these sunglasses on. They're the ones that I mentioned had the zipper in the back. And it's kind of hard to get to my phone because it's across the back of my waist. But with this jacket on, I could put my phone and my key, my gloves and stuff in my coat pocket. So, and it's just so beautiful here today. It's really nice. The sun's out. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh, there goes my workout. She's yelling at me. We stopped running. So I'm going to keep going. And we will be back at mile 2. But one more thing before I take off. These are the shoes I have on today. I think I had these on the last time. And I was showing you that they have a pretty good grip on the bottom. These are Salomons. These are my winter shoes. I wear these when I run in the winter and walk. Because really they're a solid. When you hit the ground, they're solid. They are the XA Pro 3D, and they are water resistant. She can't make up her mind what she wants. Every time I stop, there we go again. They they're water resistant. You get a solid step when you hit the ground. They have nice tread on the bottom. I would recommend them. And I'm not an affiliate of Salomon or anything like that, but they're probably on the more expensive end in my mind for running shoes. Most of my shoes from Salomon, I have like 4 pair at home that I've replaced, and kept the old ones for working outside. And around $125-ish, give or take. And sometimes you can get a deal. Like if I buy 1 pair, I might get another pair that I like on sale, or something like that. And then you get free shipping when you purchase over a certain amount of stuff like that from them, which is good. And they answered my questions because I was in need of a shoe with a higher heel, and I was looking for something for winter, and they recommended these, and I think it was a solid. I think they did me a solid with their recommendations. So if you would like to know more, I will link Salomon in the notes below this video. And I have my Wicked Shred 2 Bluetooth headphones on today. These are what I'm using now. I'm like my 3rd pair. And not of these, but of my 3rd pair of headphones. And I really like them. They work well. They stay in. They've got this little thing here, which when I put it in, it wraps inside that inner part of your ear, and they stay in really well. Even when I'm riding my bike or whatever, they stay in pretty well. That kind of grips around the inner ear bone and helps them to stay in. So, okay, so we're probably past 1.25 miles, so I'm going to pause and we'll be back. Well, I decided to go out of the park and out onto the roads through a subdivision area where the roads are drier. The sun is going down, and it just felt like the water was starting to freeze a little bit on the pavement. And I try to be very cognizant. Nobody wants to fall, right? So my app said 34 minutes for 2 miles. So that's like 16, 17 minutes a mile, which is fine. And because when I run, it's typically 13 to 15 minutes a mile. And I walk fast. As I said, you got to keep your heart rate up. You got to keep moving if you want your walk to be productive. I feel like I'm starting to sweat because this jacket is kind of warm. It's like 45 here right now, 42, and it's beautiful. This is unseasonable for northern lower Michigan in February or March. We're at the end of February. March is the end of the week, the end of next week. I'll get it. Give me a minute. And so normally it's colder, like in the 20s, snowing still. And up here, March and April, we get some crazy snow. We get storms that are pretty serious and can be upwards to 18 inches, depending. And it's like winter's last gasp, you know what I mean? So I'm going to continue to walk, and there's a place down here by the entrance to the viewing area itself where there's a club, and they have a beautiful elk statue out front. And I'm going to take a picture of that, and I'll show it to you in the video, and then I'm going to put a picture of it at the end of my video. It's just very majestic and beautiful. and I would love for you to see it. And it's a solid 3 miles of a mile away or half a mile. So we'll be back. Right there. There's 1, 2, 3, and they're coming down the fence line. There's a bunch of them coming down the fence line, and there's some elk down there. I just happened to look over, and they're right there. So there's probably some down here where the main viewing area is, where people can pull up in their cars and get out and walk down to the fence. So, and the elk statue is right up here, and we're almost at a half a mile from the 2 mile mark. So I'm going to pause for just a second, and I'll be back to show you the statue. That is the elk statue that I was telling you about. This is a club right here where it's a private club called the Elks Lodge. Isn't he beautiful? He's pretty old. He's been there a long time. And there is a sign here. Very beautiful. Okay, we're going to go over here to the elk viewing area really quick. Hang on. You can see some of them have pretty good sized antlers. There's a really big one in the back there. There's looks like a couple of females. They're getting up. They're probably younger and they're not used to people. But you can see right there through the fence. He's got pretty big antlers. Aren't they beautiful? A lot bigger than a domestic, or not a domestic, but a white-tailed deer. A lot bigger. So, pretty awesome. Okay, I'm going to keep walking, and I will be back when I'm at the 3 mile mark. We are approaching the 3 mile mark, and my app should be going off any minute now, telling me that I've walked 3 miles, and we're at like 55 minutes ish, almost 50. There you go, 6,500 steps for 3 miles, and we're at 55 minutes and some change. So if I were to walk 4 miles, it would probably take me an hour, 16 minutes, 17 minutes ish. I'm about a 1/10 of a mile from my car, and we're gonna call it a day for this walk while I walk the last little bit to get back. And I am so happy that you joined me today and that you came out and got a walk. I hope you got outside. You have to take advantage of the nice weather when you can, and sometimes bundle up and go. I mean, if it's cold but the roads aren't dangerous, go. Get a half a mile, anything, around the block a couple times, anything to start. I would love to hear your progress. I would love to know what you do for exercise. It might not be walking, it might not be running, you might do something totally different. You might swim. We have a place near us here, it's a sportsplex. They have an ice rink for ice skating and hockey, and around the rink is a walking track. And sometimes when the weather's really bad, I go and use their walking track indoors. And they have a pool with free hours where you pay and you go swim for the afternoon. Get some exercise in that way. Aquatics is wonderful exercise, and it's easy on your joints. If you have problems with arthritis, that might be an answer. Yoga is outstanding if you have problems with your joints and you need something to help you be more flexible. If you're interested in seeing some yoga, I would be happy to share some of the things I do. I'm not very glamorous doing yoga, that's for darn sure. But I love it. It's wonderful exercising, keeps you limber. So, yeah, my car is just down the road here, going into the park a little bit. This is the road, and you can see where the water is, and it's starting to want to freeze up a little bit. It's getting shiny. You can see right there, starting to get shiny. It's starting to freeze up a little bit. But this is a beautiful park. A lot of people here use it. And there's got to be a park near you where you can go. If you got a little dog that likes to walk, or a big dog, or whatever. You know, people walk with cats too. They put them on harnesses and go. And let's get healthy together. I'm going to be doing a recipe soon that is baked salmon, roasted vegetables, and I normally don't eat pasta or rice as a roll. I do once in a while. I mean, sometimes a girl just got us some fries, but for the most part, it's vegetable, some sort of meat, and usually a big salad. That's what I do for dinner at night. So I'm going to be doing that. That'll be going up soon. And I will see you soon. You have a wonderful night, and know you're loved and cared about. Everybody deserves to know they're cared about. So I'm going to stop for a second. So this is Grandma D signing off, saying, you have a wonderful night, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye for now.